Hey, what's up, guys? I know I haven't made a video in a long time, and maybe like, I don't know, like 3 weeks or something, and I realize the lighting is a little strange right now. I actually might move over. Oh, it's because of me. Um, okay, hopefully that lighting's a little better. I realized I haven't made a video in a long time. That's due to a few things. I experienced a few personal things. And I did just get off spring break, so I probably could have pumped out a fair amount of videos, but I didn't. Just a few personal things, and I also got in a pretty close call with the Dremel cutting bit, when I was working on a commission for Defender 7, Defender 7K, Defender 7. Defender, I obviously know you're probably wanting an update. I don't know if you've PM'd me, but for some reason I can't access my inbox right now. All right, the YouTube has a social panel, and I can't access the social panel, so I can't see comments or friend requests or contact requests or messages. Um, it's showing up on my email. I get the email like Defender7 has sent you a PM, but I can't read it. So this is just a video to let you know where your commission is at, plus sell some things. Your commission is completely done, as it was done a long time ago. And the reason I bring this up is because I cut myself pretty terribly with the Dremel cutting bit, and this thing is sharp. Let me take it out. This thing is crazy sharp. And when I was working, it was pretty much the last part of your commission. If you guys don't know, he commissioned me to make him a pullback pump action shotgun with a split fire integration in the bottom, and like a stock, and it looks awesome. I can't show it to you right now because it is currently like in my paint. All the paint's drying on it. Yeah, I have like a room special for painting with great ventilation, and it's all insulated so it doesn't get too cold or too hot. So I'm letting it dry there. I mean, I guess I could go get it, but I kind of want to let it sit overnight. I'm about to go to bed, and in the morning I'll wake up, I'll put it together, it'll look awesome, and I'll ship it out to you. Sorry for the delay. Of course, I don't know if you've been PMing me. I don't know if you're mad or anything. It hasn't been too long, but it's been a while. And that's again because I was working on your gun and I got quite a scare. And this was like 3 weeks ago. I cut myself with the Dremel cutting bit. I don't know if you guys can see this cut. Yeah, so this cut looks pretty normal to you right now. I'm sure it looks normal to me right now. It doesn't look deep at all, but I was cutting a piece of PVC for your stock, and I'm not obviously not like, saying this maliciously to you or anything. I'm just kind of explaining why I haven't made any mods or videos recently, because I've been kind of discouraged about modding because I was using my Dremel. Now, normally when I use my Dremel, I put the thing in the vice grip, and so I'm only using one hand, so I don't all my fingers aren't at risk. I put it in my vice grip right next to me. But I was like really aggravated at what I was doing is because I kept needing to make it shorter and shorter and shorter, and each measurement I was making wasn't working, so I was going kind of fast and not paying attention so much to what I was doing. So my finger was kind of like this, and I was cutting maybe about this distance from my finger. And what happens, I was cutting with the turn, and you're always supposed to cut against the turn. So I was cutting with the turn. The Dremel accelerated and went around my finger. It went all the way around my finger, and it was deep. It was to the point where when I didn't look at it, I felt the pain, I saw blood, I covered it with a towel, and then after about maybe 30 seconds of trying to give pressure to stop the blood flow and to clean up all the blood that was there, I bent my finger back in both directions. I could see like straight inside my finger. It was just the worst thing ever, and it was like midnight. I didn't really know what to do. I didn't know if I needed stitches. I was freaking out. I ended up wrapping it tightly in bandages and then tape, and then putting a like if you were to sprain your finger or something like that, hyperextend your finger, I put one of those like little metal braces on it. That was so I didn't bend it, because even in the bandage I didn't want to bend it because I didn't want to open up when it's trying to scab and heal. So it's been about 3.5 weeks that I've let it sit and scab and heal, and it's almost scabbed over, but it's still pretty deep. You can't really see it on the camera, but it wraps all the way around my finger. And it was to the point where when I was about to unveil it from the towel, I thought that the tip of my finger was going to be dangling. It was pretty scary. So luckily that was like the last cut I needed to make, and I checked a few days later and it worked and all the measurements fit and everything. So your gun is totally done, and I'm happy, but I'm happy that this didn't happen early on, because I was pretty discouraged about trying to get back down here. When I did make some cuts for some personal guns of mine, like this Hunter, you probably can't see it, but the Busby Hunter, and a few other guns like the Contest Strife. I was so discouraged about the Dremel that I stopped using it. I was using a handsaw, and I was, but yeah, I'm not so timid anymore. But so Defender, just to let you know, the paint is drying. One thing that took a long time is cutting out the stencil. I'm not an artist, but I ended up cutting out a pretty awesome stencil decal for you. So that took a while, but that's all the paint's drying on now, the green that you asked for. So it's gonna look sick. Yeah, it's gonna look sick, and it'll be out to you just in a few days. And still, I can't access my personal messages. If I can somehow miraculously get back on my personal messages here soon, I totally will and respond to everything you sent me. I don't know how many are sitting in my inbox from you, but there are a bunch of others sitting in my inbox from other people. Super bummed I can't actually access them. I know this kind of sounds like a BS excuse, but I can't click the social panel, and I can't go down. Whenever I hit social or messages, it gives me like invalid web page or something, network connectivity error. So yeah, Defender, that's what's going on. Now, if you're not Defender and you weren't interested in everything I just said, you're probably here because the title says that I'm selling my crossbow collection, and that's mostly true. I have, if you watched I think my most recent video about my crossbows, I have 4, and I'm selling 3 of them because I kind of looked over at my shelf and I'm like, wow, I just have these awesome guns that are just sitting there. They're just sitting there. They're literally collecting dust. I know people say it a lot, but they were literally collecting dust. I wasn't modding them. I wasn't using them. They were just sitting there in my workshop, which I just come down. I only come down here to Nerf, so I'm not even looking at them. And so I'm going to sell 3 of them right in this video and on Nerfhaven. Yeah, I'm going to go through them now. First one I'm selling is this one. It's bone stock. All the stickers are intact. This sticker's perfectly intact. This sticker is suffering a little bit. There's one little cut, but it's still functional and everything. It still looks good. There's no cracks. Well, there's a little stress crack here, and some stress marks along the stock, but barely visible. And the only other thing is this right here. It says 393. 393. If you can see that, the pen is actually the same color as the plastic. It's purple, so you can't even see it. I actually just noticed it today when I was going through to take pictures of it. It says 393, so I guess someone bought it at a thrift shop for 393. So I feel kind of like a sucker because I bought it for 150 on eBay. But it's all about, timing and place, and I obviously wasn't at that thrift shop. But 393, that's an awesome deal. But this sadly is not going to be sold for 393. I'm not going to say the prices in this video for no particular reason, but if you message me on YouTube or you email me, I'll put my email in the description, or message me on Nerfhaven, YouTube, Nerf Revolution, email me, one of those 4 things, saying you're interested in one of these crossbows, and I'll let you know pricing and everything. And we can negotiate a price, but this one's being sold, bone stock. This next bone stock crossbow is also being sold. This one is different in that it has the bow arms, and there's no problem with the plastic at all. There are no stress marks. There are no cracks anywhere. I guess the only stress mark is a tiny, tiny one on the stock, but you can't even see it. My camera can't even pick it up. So there's nothing wrong with this crossbow whatsoever. It is perfectly intact. I think maybe there's a crack on one of the bow arms. Yeah, the bow arms does have a crack right there, but it's really not too bad. And yeah, fully functional, of course. And I have arrows to go along with them. And this one does not have the yellow wheels, or the rope, of course, or the wire, whatever. But still bone stock. Both stickers are fully intact. Never been opened. None of these have ever been opened. And lastly, this one. This is in the best condition and is the most complete. Everything is on this blaster except for the string. So it has the wires, or sorry, the the wheels, completely intact bow arms, completely intact shell. Nothing is wrong with the shell. No stress marks, no fractures, nothing. Never been opened. Beautiful, beautiful condition. It's sad to see this one go, totally. But I do need some money right now. But it's awesome. Again, so this one's probably going to be the most expensive, or I'll be the least negotiable about this one. But message me here on YouTube, Nerfhaven, Nerf Revolution, or email me. My email will be in the description. If you're interested in any of these, and we can totally work out a price. So I'm excited to see the money coming in. Sad to see him go, but I have another one, and yeah. Other random updates for just a quick second. My contest, if you've been for some reason looking out for my write-up on my contest strife, still haven't written the darn thing up. I still haven't made the write-up. Combination of two things. I finished the gun, but I wasn't like overly happy with the results, so I'm making some tweakings. I've been busy, and I may want to change my submission. Not because I'm not, I mean, it performed well. It outperformed a standard overvolted motor replace strife from what I've seen and from what I tested. It outperformed that, so that's awesome. So it's outperforming pretty much most strifes on the in the community right now. But it is it's a little. It looks a little strange. So I'm gonna make some cosmetic tweaks before I make the write-up. I still have about a month and a half to make the write-up. I think the deadline's May 31st. For the mod contest submission. There are some contenders. I know Coop's Straven, I think it's called Straven. Coop's Straven is up there. Ice's Stripede was up there, but I think it got removed. I think Langley deemed it. He dismissed it because it wasn't an actual write-up. It was just a slideshow of pictures. But there's some good submissions up there, and so I'm hoping to have a good competition. But that write-up will post soon enough. But yeah, otherwise, buy my crossbows because they're awesome guns, and I'll have reasonable prices. So see you guys later.